All right, let's get going. Come on, bud. Hey, little sneaker. Get in there. There's your snack. So one thing I didn't expect for having a kid is that there would be opportunities that presented themselves for me to exercise, even though I have a kid with me all the time. So today I'm just going to show you how I get in some exercise when I am with my kid. This is going to be helpful if you have a kid and you're like, oh, I don't have time to exercise, or you have any other excuses for not exercising and stretching and just trying to maintain and build your strength. So we're headed over to one of my son's favorite places to go, and while he's playing and occupying himself with some cool stuff, I'm gonna show you how I work out. That is what happens when you don't stretch and exercise enough, so remember that, yeah? So the first thing I like to start with is just opening up, looking up towards the sky, stretching open, getting my abs to open up, ribs to open up. Then some forward folding, nice and slow and easy. Just trying to keep my spine straight. And when I do this, I like to keep my weight more towards my toes, more towards the balls of my feet. So I don't even time this. I'm just doing this until I feel pretty good. My hamstrings often get kind of stiff because I'm sitting at the computer, crouching all the time. Just letting that go. Reach forward a little bit, reach out with my arms. Get my arms up and active. Wakes up mid-traps and the rhomboids. Feels good. Opens me up. Turns on dormant muscles. Then, bring my arms here, slowly back up. That works on the hamstrings in a lengthened position. Then I also like, lately, to work on it with a bent knee, weight towards the toes, keeping the heel elevated off the floor, and then I hinge again. This gives a kind of deep high hamstring stretch. Forces those high hamstrings and the low glutes to activate in that lengthened position, which is super important. Just gonna do one more. Okay, then we'll switch sides. Now, if I wanted to, I could also do this with weight. I could hold on to the backpack, grab one of these heavier toys that are around here. But really, I find that just adjusting my position, keeping the weight on the balls of my feet, making sure I feel it in the hamstrings, I get a pretty decent amount of work just by keeping that weight forward. One thing to think about when you're doing this that you don't roll to the outside of your foot. So sometimes when I do this, my foot wants to roll off, big toe wants to roll off, and that's called cheating. So I don't do that. Okay, so hamstrings, I count them twice. Then upper body, I'm just gonna come down to the floor. Do it as a downward dog. And here, I'm not really focusing on doing it as a hamstring stretch. I'm really focusing more on getting the push into the floor and just holding that, maintaining that. Nice little alternative is to come down and up. Just slow contractions. If I do reps, a lot of times I'll just count to 5 to 10. Just easy numbers. I don't need to hit exact numbers because at any moment I might get distracted. so it's better not to get annoyed and disappointed that I didn't hit some arbitrary number that I was trying to get to. Okay, like that. And now I'm in position to do a little squatting. So one thing that I really like to do is, again, keep some weight on the balls of my feet. I find this really has carryover for athletics, for running, for sprinting, for surfing, longboarding, shortboarding. It's really important to be able to be on your toes and on the balls of your feet. I can't think of a sport where it's really good for you to be stuck to your heels on the floor, so really like practicing squatting, crouching with the heels a little bit elevated and just managing that. Slowly, not letting my toes roll out to the side, keeping the big toe and the ball of the big toe down. And if I want to mix it up, or you want to mix it up, and shift off to, whoa, hey, I lost my balance. You can shift off to one side, shift off to the other side, add some little twisting. All this can be really good when you're sneaking in a little workout. I do this at playgrounds all the time. You can even work on these. Whew, all right. So those are good. And then finally, I need to work on some pulling motions. So this backpack I've got, it's super light, so it's not a huge workout, but I just do it nice and slow. Hold it up there, make sure I feel the muscles of my back of my shoulders working. And I go real slow. I try to get a cramp. Just make sure I feel the right muscles firing. If I'm at a playground that has monkey bars, doing a couple chin-ups would be great. If that's where you are, I am envious. I would love to do a couple chin-ups with you. Do 2 more of these. Switch over. And you know, when you're doing these in public without a camera on you, it's a lot less conspicuous, but when you're doing this and you're trying not to look conspicuous because you've got a camera, and you're trying not to look like a YouTube douche, it feels weird. Anyway, that's it. 5 of those. Let's just sit. Or I also do this sometimes standing with my foot on a fence, and then I just work on lifting the knee up. So I'm trying to feel the outer hip muscle work here. Just get good solid squeezes. So you feel that, kind of feels like IT band almost, but it's not, you know, it's all near there. It's the outer hip, outer thigh. I think that was 7 or 8. And then one more. And this can be really helpful if you got some weird groin stuff or outer hip stuff. You know, most of the time we're just sitting like this. We don't even use these outer hip muscles for anything. And that just results in hip stiffness, hip weakness, and an impending sense of doom, gloom, destruction, and frustration with your hips. So really good idea to just, you know, pump some blood in there, get moving. Your hips feel better, you feel better, you look better, you walk better, you are better. I think that was 6. I'm gonna work my way to 10, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right, so my time is basically up. I'm just gonna do a really quick thing to try to help with my abs and my hip flexor strength. So I'm just sitting here on a bench, could also try this on the floor, but I'm not going to because the camera is right there already, and I'm not gonna make this more complicated than it needs to be. So I hold on, I press down into the floor, I readjust my anatomical parts, push, legs forward, count to 10. Counted to 10. Maybe I can go longer to try to impress you. All right, made it to 20. That's cool. And then back down. I often don't really try too hard to do super long, but just enough to feel some effort, just enough to maybe possibly break a little bit of a sweat. But also I have to remember that at any moment, I might have to get up and go somewhere. You basically need no equipment. All you need is a little bit of weight, a bunch of free space, and you're set. I hope you'll hit that like button, stretch your body into hitting the subscribe button, and then really stretch to hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss out on any future videos. And if you're looking for a program to help you loosen your hips, be sure to check out the Healthy Hips program. I'll leave a link down below. I'll also leave a link down below to my free course to help you become your own massage therapist so you won't have to spend thousands of dollars a year on trying to fix your muscle tension. I'm Matt Chu from Upright Health, reminding you that pain sucks, life shouldn't.